You've seen that, but you probably haven't realized it before. They tell you, you have a problem. There's something wrong. You're in danger. You should be afraid. But it's okay, because we have the cure. We can fix it all for you. You don't have to worry about anything. Just hand over to us what we want, and we'll give you the cure. For the thing that doesn't exist. For the thing that isn't really a problem. But since you don't notice that there's no problem, and you don't know what happens if you don't do this thing, or buy that product, or follow this directive, you don't know that nothing would have happened anyway. So you buy into it. You buy the product. You do what they tell you to do. And what happens? Nothing. Nothing happens because nothing was going to happen. It can be anything. It can be, buy this part, you'll improve your gas mileage. Throw this stuff in your gas tank, and it'll stop the problems that you'll have with the modern fuels that aren't really a problem. But you don't know that because you've never actually tested it. You just believe the hype on the label, and you put it in. You put the little thing in the air cleaner, and you'd be like, I'm getting 27 miles of the gallon more. No, you're not. It's actually hurting your vehicle. Then they'll start with the high-pressure tactics like, no subscription required, just one time only at a low, low price, not our usual $3,000 per month, but you can buy it for $27.95 or $32.50. And you think, oh, what a deal. I'll buy two, because why not? I'm saving all this money that's not $3,000 a month. It's just the big ask. That's all it is. You're allowing yourself to be a slave to marketing because, hey, you don't know any better. I mean, how many people really know how their vehicle works? Or how the refrigerator runs? Who really dives in and figures all that stuff out? I mean, do you even know how the computer that you're listening to this on runs or works? Or how it was put together? Or anything like that? No. So you just take the word from the experts. The experts say, trust us. We know better than you. We know what you should do with your money, your time, your products, the things that you want to do. Your free time, everything that you do, we know how to do better. But they don't know you. They don't know me. All they're trying to do is sell you something so that they can make a profit off it. And all you have to do to figure out what they want is figure out what motivates them. And it's profit. They only want profit. They don't give a rat's ass about any of us. I walk into my local parts store for my cars, and I see these little bottles on the shelf there. And they say, stops the deleterious effects of ethanol in fuel. Well, if ethanol caused a problem with vehicles, I would be having some massive problem because my cars run on 100% to 80% ethanol. And I don't use anything special. It's just the regular stock stuff. It's just a big engine with a lot of compression, and I run the regular hose from Napa or CarQuest, and all I do is put the stuff in it, and I let it sit all winter. And I've been doing this for almost 2 decades. I'm coming up on 16 years. That's an awful long time for so-called horrible ethanol to sit in the tank and eat things, as they say. Except when I take the borescope and I look in the tank of the 70 GTO that's been on ethanol E85, E100 since 2007, it's spotless in there. There's no rust. Then when I pulled the tank out of my 98 formula and I looked inside it, it was full of rust. There was rust all over the sender. The pump had locked up because the car sat for 2 years with non-ethanol gas in it. It has to run on premium. So where's the problem lie? I'm going to go out on a limb and assume that you're probably not out testing fuels like I am. You're not doing worst case scenario, leave it in there for months, years, see if it runs, and it runs. You're not setting up engines to run specifically on a certain type of fuel that everybody says is really horrible fuels, and then testing all the parts and seeing what fails and what doesn't. You're just kind of going by what everybody says, right? Well, to be honest, I don't blame you because it takes a lot of work. It's a lot of effort to test things and find out what exactly is the cause. Not just like, well, I assume it to be this, so I'm going to say it's this. No, you actually have to do the due diligence and find out what caused the problem. You can't just be like, well, it's this. You know, that's just a hypothesis and there's nothing behind it. That's like saying sin causes earthquakes, or gay lovers cause hurricanes. It just doesn't make sense. And there's no factual scientific basis behind it. It's just what somebody thinks, and they say it with authority and feeling. And they're like, gosh darn it, this is just how it is. You got to believe me. And this is the way I'm going to say it. And this is how you got to believe it. Because I'm telling you, you got a problem, and I got the solution right here. All you got to do is buy this product. So then you buy the product. You use it. You believe it. You take it. And you're like, oh, this product's so awesome because I'm not having the problem that they warned me about. It's not going to happen. There's no problem there. It doesn't exist. They're just selling you stuff you don't need. Yeah, there might be something else in this world that you can think of that kind of fits that. Although, really can't talk about anything other than that, so I couch it in cars. Because, hey, we can talk about cars. We can talk about anything we want when it comes to vehicles. You betcha. Oh, yeah. Even though you might think you know all about something, somebody might have told you some misinformation and you just took it as written in stone law. You got to look into things. You got to look into things further than stuff that fits what you've already believed. You got to check out everything and dispel that confirmation bias. You can't run your life just taking everybody's word for it. If it matters to you, you got to look into it. You can't just take somebody's word for it. You can, but it's not going to work out well for you.